Ready for football now from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. Today, a good battle in the AFC North. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With my partner, Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. And off we go from the Steel City. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
The 23-yard line.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 15 on that game. That's a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here, second and 10. Again, it's Rodgers. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
A gain there of 21. That's a Steeler first down.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
They'll run the draw with Warren. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
First and 10.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Second down, Rodgers. To the end zone there, but It is incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And it's going to bring up a third down.
10 yards to go.
Well, it's probably one of the most used cliches in football, but I think this is probably the appropriate use of missed opportunity. I mean, he's open in the end zone. All he has to do now is catch it. So that's a play they're going to look back on at the end of this game and say, man.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If you want to win in this league and have a successful defense, how you perform on third down is critical. Even more so, your backs are up against the wall. The offense finds themselves down in the red zone looking for 6. Those third down sacks go a long way to keeping touchdowns off the board and making them settle for field goals.
Now on fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This one from 39 yards out. Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the veterans, still going. Former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023, it's Joe Flacco.
And here we have a former Super Bowl MVP. Now, Mike, he might not be what he once was, but you can argue he has transitioned into being one of, if not the most reliable backup quarterback in the entire NFL. Whenever he's been forced into the starting lineup, he gives your team a chance. That's all you can ask for, especially at this point in his career.
And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a game of about 1. Jalen Ramsey up to make the play.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Here's Flacco to throw. Completing that one to Carter. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of
25 yards, the pickup there. First down, Cleveland.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. It is a big play for the Browns. It's a gain of 34.
I've always gone by the philosophy, Mike, that the pass sets up the run. And in these last two plays, that's exactly what happened. You hit them with the big pass, they adjust. You soften them up a little bit, you take advantage for the big gain on the ground.
Oh, so elusive. Even down near the goal line, doesn't quite get in. But his guys are set up first and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
4 is in for a touchdown.
Ford, the ball carrier. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Extra point attempt still to come. It's up and good. And the Browns move out to a 7-3 lead.
Steelers 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready now for their second drive. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. That's the 4-time All-Pro Myles Garrett getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to keep it himself. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And that time, the pressure, too much. He'll go down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. Back deep for the Browns, it's DeAndre Carter. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Browns offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry on 4. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Throwing, Flacco. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 6.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play.
They get 18 on that one. It's a Browns first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
This pass caught by Judy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Flacco. Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down, Browns.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
To throw is Flacco. That's over the middle and caught by Judy. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Second and goal, now it's from the 6-yard line. On the handoff, Judkins. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Half yard, that's all they need on this third and goal. They'll try to sneak it here, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Joe Flacco, touchdown Cleveland. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Not going for 2, they'll kick the point after. The kick is good. And the Browns extend their advantage to 14-3.
Steelers 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Steelers offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin with first and 10. Play action now with Rodgers. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Now, this looks like a design run, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Rodgers. Now a shot here, deep middle. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
He'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Flacco to throw. Look wide, get this one complete, and good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Looking deep here for Tillman. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down. Cedric Tillman was the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's the change of pace back. That's Kenneth Gainwell. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And this is incomplete, but it looked like that defender
Offside.
got a head start. Let's check the call.
Still 2nd down.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's a handoff to Warren. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
At the 26. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Rodgers. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain there of 11. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And he gets this up close to the 40. Carson Schlesinger there on the stop.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. On the ground, Gainwell. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Devin Bush there on the stop.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Third and 6. Here's Rodgers. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Ronnie Hickman.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
Open this drive on the ground with 4. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. We are through 1. 14-3 is the score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football. They've got it 2nd down and less than a yard. They give it, and it's 4. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
21-yard line.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. That'll be taken in by 4. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with 4. He'll push forward for about a yard. The veteran Darius Slay, they're on the stop.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 4. Now Flacco. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40.
Switch!
A run with Gainwell. And he'll get this up to the 44. Number 5 overall pick, Mason Graham. They're on the tackle.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Metcalf reels it in on the right side. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Rodgers. He's got his man complete to Wilson. And he's going to have the Steelers' 1st down. They pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. The gain is 18.
Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Jalen Warren, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Denzel Ward. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Warren. Yeah! With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
Here comes the jet sweep. And he tries to get to the edge, but cannot do it. Good job by the defense. No gain.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences. They know it's coming and not going to be a lot of gain. Mike, so often we see when a draw play is called, so much of the success depends upon what look do you get from the defense. In this case, they dial up a blitz. It could be feast or famine. In this case, it's famine. The blitz runs right into the draw. They get stopped. No gain.
On third down, Rodgers. Taking off, he'll try to get there. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Pittsburgh Steeler. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Warren. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Rodgers to throw. Here's a screen set up for Warren. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's now third and goal.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's third down and goal. Rodgers now. That is caught by the tight end. Pat Fryermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Is good. Makes the score Browns 14, Steelers 10.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. DeAndre Carter on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Browns offense and Jerome Ford getting set to take over once more. They'll do so with first and 10. run straight ahead. That's Ford. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time.
It's a gain of 9.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll run once more with Ford. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Here's Flacco to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Every time a quarterback is sacked, everyone kind of looks around at the offensive lineman like, oh, come on, guys, pick it up. I don't think this was on the O-line at all. I think the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long. You know what they say, Mike? Sacks, those are quarterback stats.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Steelers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Play fake. It's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Devin Bush. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's to the big tight end, Fryer move. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That's complete. Calvin Austin. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. Pickup of 46 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Good running inside the 25. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. 36 yards.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
He's got his man, middle of the end zone. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Steelers. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14.
14.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes Ford on the return. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Browns offense ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Now a handoff to Ford. And the defense strings him out. He'll fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Ford. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
At the 23-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing, Flacco. Moving to his left. He'll try and get there on the ground.
He was brought down by
And he's not the type of quarterback that wants to play off script. He wants to operate within the rhythm and the timing of the offense. But with them flooding the back end, he ultimately has no choice but just take what he can on the ground. And now they find themselves staring at a 4th down.
Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is going to backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on downs. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. A run out of the gun with Warren. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
6-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll step, and he's in! Aaron Rodgers! Touchdown, Pittsburgh! That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He knocks it through, and the Steelers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead.
Browns 14.
Boswell now
Chris
following the
Boswell, the
touchdown.
kickoff for
Back
Pittsburgh.
out to kick this one off. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Take over first and 10.
The Browns offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for first and 10. Now, faking the give. That one a bit high, but it's complete. Inside the 20. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 73 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Browns cut the lead to 3, 24-21.
Browns 21.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Steelers offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a first and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. Taking it. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Browns say they have it, and they do.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front.
The previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Warren. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
This is 3rd and 6. Throwing, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by 4. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup.
2nd and inches. Tillman, the man in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
We'll get that out wide to 4. They will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 22 yards there. 1st down, Cleveland.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Flacco. Going deep downfield for Judy. And he'll take it on in. Jerry Judy. Touchdown, Browns.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Now for the point after. He's got it, and the Browns have taken a 4-point advantage.
28, Steelers 24.
Full time, final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here's Gainwell to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. A first down throw from Rodgers. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the gun, Rodgers. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Austin brought in motion. 3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
Again, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Rodgers. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And their only realistic chance to end the half with points is to throw the ball near the sideline, gain as many yards as you can, and then hopefully either get yourself in position to kick the field goal or at the very least in position where you can attempt a Hail Mary.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers cut the deficit down to 1.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. And no return here. This is a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter three begins. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Browns offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And he'll get forward for a couple. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
2nd down, they need 7. Flacco to throw. This pass caught by Judy. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Now Flacco. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Here's Austin to return. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The master of play action, Rodgers. He takes off. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down.
A gain of 10 yards.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
They run out of the gun with Warren. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Denzel Ward in on the tackle. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From just across the midfield stripe, Here's 2nd down and 7. Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Steeler first down.
First down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
He finds Austin with the grab. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
Complete to Roman Wilson. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start, and this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rodgers. He'll try to run for it. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
That's another.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
Here's Warren, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Jalen Warren, touchdown Steelers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So now, with the lead up to 5, they're going to go for 2 and try to extend it out to 7.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Browns 28.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes Ford on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's caught. Down the field is Tillman. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
To throw is Flacco. Here's a screen set up for 4. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
9-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Here's Flacco to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a first down.
Down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Browns.
And he just continues to show the ability to extend drives with his legs. It's not something people immediately bring up when they talk about him, Mike, but as we've seen, he's more than capable of making something happen whenever the opportunity presents itself.
From the shotgun, give to Ford. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
What can they do here on third down and 7? Throwing, Flacco. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. And he'll take this one in. Jerry Judy. Touchdown, Browns. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
The extra point is good. And the Browns will tie things up all even at 35. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Johnson now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard
The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Shotgun draw, trying to catch him off guard here, Mike, but the defense was having none of it. Thought it took a little too long to develop. Gave that defense enough time to get back there, stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On the ground, this is Warren. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. 13 yards on the catch there. That's a Steeler first down.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Now a 2nd down throw from Rodgers. His throw left side is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To the air once more, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And the defense knew they had to be ready for anything here on 3rd and short. They decided to put the ball in the air, and they might have been better off keeping that ball on the ground because that defense was ready for it, and they were all over it.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Browns offense and Joe Flacco getting ready for the next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. We'll open his drive on the ground with 4. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Flacco. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first
A
down.
gain of 4 yards.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
They give it, and it's Ford. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. A run straight ahead. That's Ford. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Peyton Wilson that time in on the stop.
2 yards. And it's third down.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And all of these downs, they're all tied together. Decisions made on first and second down are what led to that result on third. They were forced into an obvious passing situation on third and long, and this pass rush is able to just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback.
The Browns getting their punting team out there. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. On the return, it's Austin. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Steelers offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Gainwell. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Offside defense. That penalty is declined.
They run with Warren. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Steeler first down.
Another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
Roman Wilson. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Browns' 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Metcalf. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
That's good.
And this
for the
offense just
Steelers.
continues to
First
chew up
down.
yards and get first down after
First and
first
goal
down.
at
And
the 5-yard
defensively
line.
now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
From the gun, Rodgers. It is brought in the end zone. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
Boswell now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Steelers will go up by 7.
Makes the score Steelers 42, Browns 35.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Carter on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense and Joe Flacco getting ready for the next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's 4. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Jalen Ramsey up to make the play.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Flacco to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Judy. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
It's
A gain there of 10 yards. It's a Browns first down. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
2nd and 11.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Flacco. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
17 yards.
2nd time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Now Flacco. That'll be taken in by 4. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
Now they'll set up to throw. Now here comes the screen to Ford. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
That's going to hit and continue out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The shotgun, it's A-Rob. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
To Roman Wilson. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Rodgers. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They pick up 17 through the air. That's a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Rodgers going up top again. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Browns offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Throwing, Flacco. Drop this underneath to 4. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
A give to Ford on the zone read. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back, and they get him down for no gain.
A gain of a yard. And the Browns first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run once more with Ford. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
T.J. Watt there on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's second and 9. To throw is Flacco. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 9.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
They'll go with the sneak. He's going to have a Browns first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Up the middle, here's Ford. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Tackle made at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Hook him up on a second down and 8. Here's Flacco to throw. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. That's to the open man. It's Tillman. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Cleveland.
First down, Cleveland.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
13 yards.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down. Judkins going to get it on the zone read. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Second and 7. Again, it's Judkins. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
Judkins, the ball carrier. Jalen Ramsey brought him down. A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
Flacco. And on third down, that ball's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. That is caught! Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Steelers' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive, which starts with first down. Rodgers now. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Second and 3 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's second and 3. On the handoff, this is Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Rodgers. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
You get in these situations, third down, tie game, fourth quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these third down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On third down, Rodgers. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. And Skoranek. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
On for the extra point is Boswell. His kick is good, and the Steelers will go up by 7.
Makes the score Steelers 49, Browns 42.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. To throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Misconnect trying to get it to Quinshon Judkins out of the backfield. And it'll bring up second down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. With Gainwell. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He was taken down by Grant Delpit. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Rodgers. Good coverage there in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
6 yards to go.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
A-Rod out of the gun here on third down. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
Steelers first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So
that one, take it in. Calvin Austin, touchdown Pittsburgh. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Browns 42. Chris Boswell to kick
Boswell
off
now
Pittsburgh.
following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Carter on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one high, over the middle, but complete. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now Flacco. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Tillman. It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
Towels waving, Steeler fans on their feet. It's third down. Now, faking the give. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
A gain of 33 yards.
It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they've got all 3 timeouts left but need to score quick. It's first and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's out wide to Judkins. And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Second down, 8 for the first down. Here's Flacco. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Keanu Benton in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's third down.
And this quarterback just continues to take a beating throughout the entire game. They have to find a way to keep him upright. Otherwise, I'm not sure if he's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
41-yard line.
Once again, it's Warren. This time they're ready for him. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Second and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Steeler first down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
So this one in the win column for the Steelers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.